First application 3V Deep Violet Demi-permanent. Second application 5RG Light Auburn. Third application 7R Red and 6RV.
This is one of my versions of Red Velvets. She had a rough car drive here. That's what we're going to do today. Don't get so excited, you guys. Bring it down. I'm going to put my glasses on this.
Oh yeah.
So cool. Alright.
Oh, that's a brand new lady.
Yeah!
She looks good already.
Right?
Where can we get her?
Huh?
Where can we get her?
She has
I get it in the mail.
What's her name? She has
Her
a name
name-
in the front.
Chantel. Oh no, her name is Hair Art.
Oh,
But
hair
I'm going
art.
to call her Diane. Yeah, this is my tripod.
Cool.
Right? It's adjustable.
Where'd you get it?
In the mail. Santa Claus. All right. How do you guys spell roast? Huh? What do you put in the toaster?
Toast.
Bread.
Sorry. Toast.
You get a prize. I'm getting you every time with those. I love it. All right. Everybody do this for me. Put your hands together. What thumb do you guys have on top?
Right.
All right? All right, let's do this. Reverse it. What do you think? Right? What about some people? Does it bug everybody? It feels weird, right? You're doing something different. Cross your arms. Now, switch them. I can't even do it. It's weird, right? But challenge yourselves. Don't get into the groove of your lives. Do something different, right? If you guys like to use bowl and brush a lot, use the applicator bottle. Or for me, I have to, challenge myself more and use a bowl and brush. It's a really simple technique. There's 3 color formulas and 3 sections, right? But they're big sections, yes? I don't like to do really small sections. So what we're going to do first of all, her name is Diane. She's a young lady, she works, but she likes to go out and have fun, I was talking to her earlier and she was telling me she loves reds. And I was like, right on, so do I. Let's do your hair red. So, I know, it's crazy, right? I was talking to this doll head. All right, like an iron. You guys know what an iron is?
Yes.
Not like a flat iron, but a clothing iron. You know how it's like that weird triangular shape?
Yes.
That's the shape that we're going for up here. And what I'm doing is I'm going from the recess to recess. What are recesses? Anybody know?
Where your hair?
Yes. Why do they call them recesses? They recede, right? I got some recesses. Gotta use my oxygen. 2 right below the crown or on top of the occipital. You guys know all the bones of the head and face?
Yes.
Yeah? Name them. But those are things, those are like the fun facts that are easily forgotten, right? But they're also really cool to throw at a client because it's like, oh, snaps. He or she knows what they're talking about. He just said parietal ridge, or And I'm going to split this in half at an angle here. Can I have my clip back? Thank you. All right. So you guys see how I'm twisting this, right? If you guys are trying to section something and you guys want it really tight, whenever I'm cutting hair or coloring hair, as you can see, none of my sections are sagging over onto the other ones, right? They're all tight and staying where they're supposed to be. So you see how I twisted that up and then wrapped it around itself? Then I want to take the shorter side first. Go in. Now, Wella's color application is really cool. We work away from the face, right? So we start in the back. Or, I mean, depending, like if you're doing a gray coverage, you'd start at the crown, work your way back, and then work your way back to the front, so that all the hair is staying off the face, right? So she doesn't have a big old section of hair or glob of hair going, you know. See? Super simple, right? And it's abstract a little bit, you know, it's a little asymmetrical. Nothing in nature is symmetrical, not even our faces. It's like I was just getting new glasses the other day and I'm like, I don't know, they look crooked. She's like, well, what makes you think your face is straight? I'm like, damn. Who knows what a commitment cut is?
Commitment cut.
Yeah.
The one where you can't go back.
Right? What'd you say?
The one where you can't go back.
I commitment cut all the time with my clients. Why? Because I don't want to waste hair color. Like I know I'm going to cut her into a Bob or a Robert. So I don't need this hair here.
That's the color.
I'm going to actually use my Demi, the 3V, Deep Violet. Yay! 3V. Look at that. Beautiful, right? We're going to be breaking down this 20 too to a 10 because she's working with like a level 9, right? So if I'm depositing color in here, why would I want to use 20? Right? If anything, I want to use a 10 and demi. So I'm already going to use, the first section is going to be a demi formula. Okay? And what do you guys think? You think 6 ounces will do it?
Yes.
I don't know. Huh? Oh, if you were doing it, make it work. Okay. So, it's 4 ounces of the activating lotion. What volume developer is this?
6.
Getting back to client consultation, it's really important to know your client's lifestyle. You know, and I don't know if you guys seen like on Facebook and on YouTube, like the consultation from heck, or for lack of a better word. It's like the client comes and she's like, well, I want fullness, but I don't want any layers. You know, my hair is really frizzy and really dry, but I want to lighten it, and I only have 10 minutes. You know, it's like all this, like, what are you talking about? You know, or like when the clients come in and they want to go from like a level 2 to a level 8 or a level 10. What would you do? Would you say, okay, let's do it. I have 2 hours. Let's do this. And go for it? Or would you tell them, hey, wait a second. Maybe a few visits will get you there. Or let's compromise, you know. Don't overpromise. You know, you want to be real with them. Let them know. Take that. Thank you very much. You don't want to ever overpromise or oversell, right? Honesty is so important. And if you can't do something, you know, in 2 hours, it's okay. It's not your fault. It just is. So let them know. Like, we'll get you on the road to where you want to go, but you're not going to get there today. Right? And then at that point, you just made yourself a sale because you're like, all right, we're going to, you know, give you a heavy weave right now, and I want you to buy our reconstructor, and I want you to use that once a week until your next appointment, right? Or here's our leave-in conditioner. You have to have this. All my clients use leave-in conditioner. So what I'm going to do is hit her new growth, lift her color up, or her hair up. I'm breaking this down into like 1/8 of an inch subsections, right? And then I grab my foil, place it here. And then color like I'm doing a slice, right? Let's see, I placed that foil there so I can put this color straight down and not get it on her neck. You don't want to make her a redneck. It's a red color. Okay. I use my clip to section off my next subsection.
Is this a little easier for you to do?
Yes, and this is just a really, really clean application. This is staying all off the face. The client's comfortable, and I'm ensuring even penetration and saturation, right? Taking these nice small subsections. All right. Do you guys do partial highlights?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I always like to get past that or work around that and never call anything partial. Why? Partial highlight means partial payment, right? Get creative, like, oh, let's just do a half a head. Like, no! I think your foil should just be on top so they cascade below and give you a nice darker shade underneath, you know, have some contrast. Same price as a full weave. Right? Contrast. Let's make it a little I mean, like, I hate when my clients want weaves all the way down here or highlights down here. Like, what do you walk around like this? You know, like, I don't get it. So that when they put their hair up in a ponytail, which is like every day, except for the day they come in to see me, they want like their highlights popping out the bottom. I'm like, no. Nobody made, no. No. Up here, up a little further, I'm going to want to section off the sides. In the salon with hair, I'm such a control freak. And clips help me with that. I find with most things that you do with hair, no matter if it's cutting or coloring, there's like basic sectioning. You always end up sectioning like from the ear forward, right? Got that out of my way, feel better. Let's get back to work. I was a hand model in the 80s. I modeled children's gloves. Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters.
Which school did you go to?
I went to Bellflower Adult Cosmetology. And see that the section below already has color on it, right?
So it's a violet that you use, right?
Yeah, I'm using a Deep Violet, level 3 Violet. It's the darker color, so I'm applying that first. You know, I know this can sit for an hour and it's going to be okay because it's a demi. What sets apart a good colorist and a great colorist is going back over your perimeter with your brush or your bottle and making sure that that is perfect, right? You guys do that? Yes. You can see we already got the back section covered, right?
Yeah.
Yes, super clean, right? And I always have a towel with me to clean up the edges as I go. You know, a moist towel or a damp towel. Now, when we get to the sides, these same sides are the same color, they're all going back, right? So I'm going to take vertical sections. Yeah. Sections. I don't know, like some people, like really vertical sections when coloring? Yeah, what's wrong with that, right? Another thing that I forgot to mention is along with the liquid fuse technology that Color Charm now uses, they also improved their fragrance. So, and I know, like for me, I don't buy hair color for the smell, I buy it for the result, you know. Hair color is hair color. But we have a new floral fragrance. Just saying.
The clients might like it.
You know, and that's my point. Is it's all about customer service and making sure your client's happy, right? So that's definitely why the fragrance is important. What is white and black to you guys? That's always an interesting topic. No, not when you mix white and black. No, but are they colors, shades, what, shadows? I don't know. They're colors? I mean, it all depends on who you ask, right? But the way I like to think about it is the way they play on light. Like white is the ultimate reflection of light, right? It's the ultimate reflection. Like I think it was Isaac Newton, he put two prisms up to a ray of sunshine and found that every single color in the spectrum was in that ray of light, and the ray of light is white, you know? And think about a black hole out in space, you know? They're so powerful they suck in everything, even the lights. That's why they're black, right? So to me, white is the ultimate reflection of light, and black is the ultimate absorption. Definitely something I like to think about. Black holes even suck in time. Weird. That's another class though. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys a cool technique for the hairline too, because we want to make sure we have it nice and saturated enough to penetrate and actually do its thing, but we don't want a ton of color on the hairline to where it's going to fall down onto the skin, right? So what you do is you just don't dip your brush in again, right? Well, I'm going to put mine down, but I'm not going to dip it. For your last section, don't dip your brush again, because there's enough color already on it, you know. Or some people just take a comb and the very last section just comb it in, right? I do when I know I have a couple formulas I'm working with. I'll put them in my bowls, but I won't mix them. And I'll have my whisk right there waiting for me. So when I'm done with one formula, I just whisk up and then start going on my other one. It's all about preparation, right? And also, like if you're doing a highlight with the base color, and you know those folds are going to be in a long time, maybe don't use a 30, you know, maybe use like a 15 or a 20. So that, because if you know your foils are going to be in for an hour, you don't want like 30 volume and like making hair into gum. I've done that. So I'm breaking down my 20 to 10. So I got an ounce of water in here. I'm going to match it with an ounce of 20 volume, which will bring me to a 10. Pour that right in here. Use the same bowl. Since I used 2 ounces of developer, how many ounces are colored? 1. Yay. Yeah. Finish it off. Alright. So I always get a recorder in the class, but in the salon, I have my book and I write down everything as I go. That doesn't mean I'm going to use the exact same thing when she comes in, but I know where I'm at, you know what I mean? Because a lot can happen and change within 4 to 6 weeks. So section 1 was 3V Demi-permanent. Demi. And section 2 is 5RG with 10 volume.
Do you need the comb?
No. How's that feel doing vertical sections?
It's easier.
Yeah? I like that. It's cool. Next section. Alright. So I have my foil here. So we used 1 slice of foil down at the bottom. I'm going to take this. And before I do that, I'm just going to make sure everything's nice and clean, which it is, because Maria rules. Perfect. I don't have to do anything. So Now I'm going to set my foil on top of my last section. Use it as a divider. Right? Super simple. I'm going to put one down here. And then fold that up. See, nothing's going anywhere, right? And the cool thing is I just keep laying my color on top, you know. All right. And now I can just let that fall. And I'm going to start in the back again. I'm going to use my comb. Out. And grab a foil. And grab another foil. Lay it down. I'm not going to need any more right now. And just like I did in the back, right?
So that's the red you're using right now?
This is 5RG, 5 red gold.
Red gold.
Yes.
How big of a section are you taking?
I'm taking about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch section. Alright. So let's give away a prize. Raise your hand if you know the answer. What new technology is Wella Color Charm working with now? Yes. Liquifuse technology. Good answer. When I find that people have secrets, it's like, oh, that must be the only thing they know. But they want to keep it a secret. And they don't want to share. There's like no confidence in their ability, you know. So I mean, if that's the case, I would say find another salon. Because that's not somewhere you want to be, right?
Right.
And especially when you get out of school, you want to, I recommend like becoming a sports fan. Like, you know, when you love a sport, you know the players, the coaches, just like in our industry. Get some mentors, people you look up to, you know. Maybe research salons that are proactive in the community, doing photo shoots, you know, educating their stylists. Because you don't want to be at a boring salon. You don't want to be at a salon where they're not educating themselves anymore, right?
Right.
Because if you're not up on the latest thing, you're behind, you know?
So what do you recommend?
I recommend, like I said, finding somebody that you believe in, somebody that's willing to teach you and share everything with you. So I definitely recommend assisting, and then like assist, and then get your own chair, and then, you know, build your clientele, but still assist for a while. Like I've assisted people, you know, for the first 4 years of my career. I mean, I was building my clientele during that time, but I would still assist a couple days a week or a couple hours a day. Like, what do you hate? What's your worst thing? What do you hate to do? Perms? Do them. If you hate to do something, work on it now. Because I hated perms too, trust me. But I would always get frazzled and get all weird with like really long, coarse hair. Especially if it was curly or wavy. And guess what? All my clients after school, long, thick, curly hair. Like, really? So, I mean, it's like karma. It's going to come back at you, you know? And like in school, I would put color that's not supposed to be like under heat, put it under the dryer, and like, oh, what's that purple smoke coming from the dryer?
So you've given chemical haircuts?
Absolutely. Yeah, I always thought that would be a cool name for a salon too, chemical cuts. But I don't know if you ever get busy.
On the top you're using the permanent, right?
Yes.
And the bottom?
Just the bottom was a demi. Everything else is permanent. Permanente.
And What's the reason why you use the demi at bottom?
Like you guys will always hear me talking about, whenever I'm going darker, I always like to use a demi most of the time. Or you know, I know that's a good option.
It's easier to remove too.
It's easier to remove. It's safer, or it's, you know, it's healthier. There's no ammonia in it. It's very low volume peroxide. A 7R and a 6RV. You writing that down? Awesome. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
7 red and 6 red violet.
Exactly. So it's going to be a beautiful, rich, medium red violet. I mean,
Last color,
everything's controlled.
7R and 6RV. Those two together. This is the last, third color.
I'm going to use an ounce of the 7R. Perfect. And an ounce of the 6RV. Need how many ounces of developer?
4.
Okay. So with this one, taking an 1/8 of an inch section, folding it over onto this foil, and then just to really be clean, set another foil right there. Comb through it. All right. There you go. Like her level?
Like 4 or 5. So around just on the ends.
Just on the ends?
I don't want the whole hair.
Oh yeah, you could. I would go with like a level 6 and 30.
They have one here. Close. Yeah, I'm trying to.
Well, getting back to this, like you're level 1, right? So as soon as we start to lift, the first color that's going to come up is red brown. So unless you want your color to be a red brown, you'd want to use an ash so that it's more neutral. You're going to do it with all this warmth. And so unless you want your hair to be like an orangey, that's just the way our hair is built. Like the main color molecules we have in our hair is gold, which are warm. So you're going to want to cancel out orange, right? So you're going to want to use a blue-based color or an ash-based color, like a 6A.
But is it gonna make it look like that?
Yeah, it's not going to make it green. So what I'm telling, so if you want that color, or like those highlights she has, you're going to have to use a lighter. Yeah, and then tone it. Oh, I love you guys. You guys are talking about strand tests. Awesome.
When you wash this, you're just gonna wash all together.
Yep.
So then after you do the bleach, you do.
It's developing. That's the purple. Right here is the red, gold, and there's the other red with a little bit of violet.